Bollocks! 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 Hello, chums out there. Welcome to Toyah and Robert, your deeply unqualified agony aunts with a pile of useless answers to only a few of your increasingly many burning questions.
Jeremy Richards, you kindly ask, what do you both think is the future of the human race?
The future, there's a whole range, a whole mix of futures. Some possible, some inherited. In my view, the future is what we create, what we wish it to be. And may I recommend two of those thinkers who influenced my own thinking on this?
Yeah, go.
Dr. Anthony Hodgson and Dr. Alfonso Montuori. If you use your initiative and go Googling, you'll come up.
But my feeling is, sadly, that we are always searching for new resources. And there is definitely, I think it's proven itself in lockdown, there's this top 1% that will always be draining this planet of its resources. And now they're going out to other planets looking for resources. And I think the divide between those who feel Earth's living energy and those who just want to plunder and make money from it is getting bigger and bigger. And I really hope that one day some awakening will happen with a new generation where we realise that all we need to do is eat, educate, sleep and procreate. And once we realise that, perhaps we will work in a kind of way with human nature. I find it a really difficult question to answer at this specific moment in time. But thank you very much, Jeremy, for that question. Jim Stark, do you ever dry any washing on the GNU?
Yes, we do. All the time, every day. This is a functional working space. This is our kitchen.
And in lockdown, we've been very good about doing our laundry and we're very grateful to the GNU. Thank you, GNU!
And you can order them online.
Can you get them on Amazon?
Yes, you can get them on Amazon in different sizes.
I really want to see if the sales go up. Jerry Spencer, have you got any artists that you would like to collaborate with?
Yes, Eno. I've collaborated with Eno in the past, in 72 through the last time in the early noughties. Why Eno? Because Eno is always fun to work with. And with Eno, there's no history. It's only in the moment. Here we are today, and let's play and let's have fun.
He is just like an endless cornucopia of ideas, isn't he?
Yes, that's a wonderful way of putting it.
Well, whenever you're with him, he just knows. There's a deep knowing.
Yeah, he's fun.
He's lots and lots of fun. Jeff, you ask, what advice would you give to an aspiring musician?
Follow the music wherever it leads you.
Okay, I would say practice alone, constantly practice with company. There is nothing greater than playing with another musician. You hear, you respond, it hones your timing. It's so vital. I've learnt this through my guitar lessons, that I spend quite a lot of hours a week now playing with another musician. It's a fabulous experience. I would also say find your strengths and use them, but also really work on your weaknesses, because those weaknesses will let you down as you become a more accomplished musician. Would you agree, Robert?
Very much so.
Guitar and graves. This is so important, this question. Recently, I've created some music that to me probably is the best stuff I've ever created. Coming off the feeling of elation, when I put the music out there, it's not heard. And that makes me feel like it's all a waste of time. Any tips on dealing with the cycle of creation, joy, rejection, despair?
You go with that, Lovey.
Okay, I am going to say to you, Mr. Guitar and Graves, that in this day and age, you can't just put music out there alone. The people who do it really well and who are surviving on YouTube are doing it with image. I would recommend you look at Bring Me the Horizon, FKA Twigs, these wonderful, wonderful musicians who create honed images that are part of their brand. And I hate to use the term brand, but people need to know who and what you represent. It can't rely totally on the music alone when you are beginning. So think about who and what you are and what makes you unique on this platform, and try and present that with image as well. What would you say, Robert?
Keep going.
Oh God, keep going. Never give up. Music isn't about other people's opinions. It is about the joy of creation. Keep going. But we know you need feedback. We all need feedback. Now, Sue Toombs, she asked me a question this morning, but this is very different. Do we have hens?
Sue, I believe you live not far from Breedenborough especially. May I say that in terms of my future world scenario planning, hens do not currently register.
But he can't do anything about it if I get them. We have pheasants. Well, we did till last week. We had a beautiful, very old pheasant hiding from the shooters across the river, and the fox got him at the weekend. We've got hawks, which take all our beautiful birds, but they're still wonderful creatures. We've got shrews, even snakes, slow worms, and at the moment we have a raven that is so crazed by one of the mirrors outside in our garden that every day we feel someone is knocking on the front door, and it's the raven just bashing away at the mirror at its own image. So Sue, I'll let you know when we get chickens. Martin C. Oh, Martin, our hearts go out with you with this one. We lost our beautiful cat this week to a speeding driver. Was this time on earth for the cat and his connection to us a random chance and now over, or possibly and hopefully a more deeper event than that? I think one of the human conditions, and actually one of the conditions within animals as well, is grief. It will never be solved. And I've come to the conclusion that we learn to live with grief. The void never closes, but we learn to walk around it. With your cat, I believe the connection you had with that cat, firstly, you gave it a great life. You loved it, you gave it love. And as cats can do, they give you love back. But if you look back to the power of the ancient Egyptians and their relationships with cats, then yes, the memory and the power of that cat lives on. We had a friend who loved cats, and he always said when he lost the cat that the spirit remained in the house because the spirit was happy there. And I would possibly suggest to you that your cat made its way home in spiritual form and is going to stay with you for the rest of its life. Possibly. If you find that creepy, that won't happen. You have to make an invitation for that to happen. But Martin, we are incredibly sorry for your loss. What's your feeling on that, Robert?
A relationship with pets goes very, very deep.
Well, they are family. It's a hard one. We talk to Willie Fred all the time, and Willie Fred's not been here for 4 years, but we feel animals stay connected to our energy, so we always acknowledge the ones we've loved. Jacqueline Janey Jones, what is your most important inspiring force?
For me, that's simple. My wife.
Really?
Yeah, really. Well, look, I've seen what my wife, as a diminutive woman, the challenges she has to deal with in an industry which is...
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yes.
Are there men that run the industry, dear?
I'm not answering that one because everything's going really nicely at the moment.
All right, there we are. But anyway, seeing the challenges that my wife has confronted with enthusiasm and energy as challenges to be dealt with and overcome, you continue to inspire me.
Thank you, that's so kind of you. If I was to mime what it's been like and my survival coping mechanism is that I walk on stage, I sing, I go into the studio, I write, I go in front of the camera, I act. And most of the times I'm not doing that. It's a little bit of la 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 la. You just can't listen to other people.
Did you say something, dear?
So I wanted to ask you, and Jacqueline's question brings me beautifully into this. Have I taught you anything this week?
That is an interesting one. Let's put it on me. Well,
Did I teach you how to cook something?
oh, this question is a setup, I see.
No, it's not. If it's not there, we'll move on. For me, my most important inspiring force is nature. Nature informs us of everything that we need to contribute in this life. It's a phenomenal, well, we know this, we know Mother Nature is phenomenal, but it's signalling the whole time. And that is my most inspiring force. As well as what Robert has picked up on: survival, identity, respect. And then you go to Stephen King, J.J. Abrams, Patti Smith, Hildegard of Bingen, and the list is endless. So Jacqueline, thank you very much for that question. Now we have a question from Iceland.
Orn.
Thank you, Orn, and hello, Iceland. You seem so romantic and so far away and so beautiful. It's wonderful to hear from you. And you say, welcome to Iceland anytime. What's stopping you?
Logistics and a huge amount of money. King Crimson looked into this seriously in 2017. Bill Rieflin and myself were both particularly keen within the band and recommending to the other guys that we move to Iceland and perform to Innocent Ears there. We looked into it. It is so hugely expensive to move an entourage of 20 and lots of equipment, including 3 very heavy drum kits. It was impossible for us to get there.
Orn, I can turn up with 2 musicians for 1% of the price, but I do need a promoter to make it possible. And thank you very much. That is such an exciting possibility. Dean Duggan, where did Robert get the tie pin from?
My wife.
Yes, I started buying him tie jewellery because I believe men should be able to wear brooches and beautiful things on their very standard suits and jackets. And this I found on the internet, but we believe it's part of a wedding ritual.
I believe it's part of a traditional wedding jewellery. However, for me, this is a Christmas present from my wife, which is currently attached to a Valentine present from my wife from last Sunday.
I really love dressing my husband. Attila, what is your favourite guitar? What would you recommend for a beginner as an electric guitar?
All right, firstly, my favourite guitar, I don't have one. Secondly, a beginning electric guitarist, learn to play acoustic, because an acoustic guitar is unforgiving in terms of tone and execution. And to develop a reliable calisthenic technique for the instrument, an acoustic is a good way to go. With the electric guitar, much of the tone is in the electrics. With an acoustic guitar, the quality of sound that you're producing is reliable primarily upon you as the player. So I recommend you develop a calisthenic guitar on the acoustic as well as practicing the electric.
I agree, fabulous advice. And really, the master of guitar is the one to ask, and you've had a brilliant answer there. Kent Langham, Toyah, would it be bad form to call your new guitarist on Posh Pop little Bobby Willcox to give him some sort of street cred?
I'd go for bopping Bobby Willcox.
Another MCD says Buddy Bobby Willcox has a ring to it, or Howling Bobby. I like Howling Bobby Willcox.
Howling Bobby Willcox. Yeah, that's close to the mark, isn't it?
So, my wonderful husband, what are the magic chords today?
Well, this week, little wife, I was thinking not so much a magic chord as 3 magic notes. These notes.
Well, that sounds suspiciously like... Neurosurgeons scream for more. My paranoia's poison door. century schizoid man. Blood, rack, barbed wire, politicians' funeral pyre, innocents raped with napalm fire, 21st century schizoid man. Look after yourselves, everybody. Keep sending the brilliant questions in. We are thinking of you. Stay safe. We wish you health, love, luck, and happiness. And we will see you for Sunday lunch tomorrow. Bye from Toyah.
And bye from Robert.